Hey, Mr. Parker here at Cinema Wasteland, and you're watching Mr. Tony of the Dead.
Hey everybody, what's going on? Mr. Tony of the Dead here, and I have another bunch of Blu-ray reviews for everybody out there. And the first one I'm going to take a look at is actually a box set from the late, great George Romero from Arrow Video USA. George A. Romero, Between Night and Dawn. So this is three movies that were between Night of the Living Dead and Dawn of the Dead. So these are the three he made. And he went in a little bit of a different direction. The first one on here is There's Always Vanilla, and that's about this guy named Chris and this other woman named Lynn, and they kind of like, it's kind of hard to explain. Like, some of these are kind of hard to explain, but he's kind of like this drifter kind of guy. He, he's doesn't like to settle down, and he meets her, and then they have this relationship, and it like goes back and forth. It goes sour and stuff. He's a very, very likable character, very, very likable character, and she at first didn't want anything to do with him, and then they just kind of, they literally bumped into each other. Like, she bumped into him and practically broke his nose, and then it goes from there. So it's a love story, but it's a very good movie. Enjoyed that one. And then Season of the Witch, or also it's known as Hungry Wives. This woman named Joan Mitchell, she is a housewife and everything, and she's kind of like bored with the everyday, life that a housewife has, and then she starts getting interested in witchcraft, and it goes from there. And the same guy that played Chris in Is Always Vanilla is also in this one. He's like a totally different character. He's sort of, I shouldn't say he's totally different. He's a little more of a jerk in this, because he could be a little bit of a jerk in the first one, and in the Season of the Witch, Hungry Wives, he's more of a jerk. I don't know how to explain it. You have to see the movie to understand. And then the last one on here is The Crazies. And The Crazies is basically this small town, and the government accidentally leaks in this like, what do they call it, like a chemical warfare kind of thing, and basically turns people against each other, and the town's going crazy, and the government comes in to try to clean up, and there's this group of people trying to get out of the town, and before they get caught by the government and that. So that's what that one's about. And this is a very beautiful box set, very, very beautiful box set. To be honest, Season of the Witch I didn't really care for too much. I think maybe a couple watches I'd like it more, but I didn't really care for it that much. The Crazies I did like. I've seen it before, and I do like the remake. In fact, I saw the remake before I saw the original, but I don't really remember too much of the remake, so I can't say like I'm comparing them both. But I mean, I like the original too. But There's Always Vanilla was actually my favorite one in this whole box set, and it's not even horror. Like Season of the Witch, it's not horror, but he's like has that horror element. And of course, The Crazies is a horror movie, and it's all scary too, because George Romero really, like, he really shines on like showing like what he thinks about the government and destruction and way people can change and turn on each other. It's like really what he's all like, what he was all about, kind of, not all about, but you could see that in like a lot of the movies, like his zombie movies and Crazies and stuff like that. But he was also a very good director and everything of like There's Always Vanilla. Like I said, it's not even horror, and it was like my favorite one in here. I really enjoyed that one a lot. And but on here you have the limited edition contents. There's Always Vanilla, which came out in 1971. It's a brand new 2K restoration with original film elements. Brand new audio commentary by Travis Crawford. Fair of the Heart, The Making of There's Always Vanilla. It's a brand new documentary featuring interviews with producers John Russo and Russell Striner. Stars Judith Striner and Richard Ricci. And sound recordist Gary Striner. And then Digging Up the Dead, The Lost Films of George Romero. There's like, films, There's Always Vanilla, Season of the Witch, image galleries and trailers. And then Season of the Witch, which came out in 1972. Again, brand new 4K restoration. Audio commentary with Travis Crawford. When Romeo Met Del Toro, filmmaker, I'm going to probably say his name wrong, Guillermo del Toro, maybe that's right, in conversation with George Romero, The Secret Life of Jack's Wife, and alternate opening scenes, image galleries, and trailers. And then The Crazies came out in 1973, has a brand new 4K restoration with the original camera negative, brand new audio commentary, Travis Crawford. Romero was here locating The Crazies. They take a guided tour of Evans City, PA. And that's the one thing too, George Romero, I believe he was born in New York, but like a lot of stuff is made in Pennsylvania, and which, you know, I'm proud to say, you know, I'm from PA. That's one time I'll say I'm proud to be from PA, because George Romero shot a lot of his movies here, and it's awesome. And then, like, again, with The Crazies, there's, you know, behind the scenes footage, TV spots, image galleries, and much, much more. And it comes in this nice box, very nice box. Here's a closer look at the box set. Very, very nice. Very hard. Very nice side. I like the font that they used. Limited edition contents and everything. Here's what you get. I actually reversed the slip covers, so that's the older artwork, which I like them like this better. I don't know. And then you got the booklet in there between Night and Dawn and everything. And here's the newer artwork, which there's nothing wrong with it, but I don't know. I kind of like this one better. I like the tree, and, you know, I like him in the tree and everything. I don't know. It's nicer. I don't know. It just kind of fits the movie better. And here's the Blu-ray with the newer artwork on it. And here's the DVD, which also has the newer artwork, but it has like a nice pink background here. And here you have the newer artwork with Season of the Witch, which it's kind of nice. I mean, I like it. It looks just like the girl in the movie. I mean, it's done very well. It's just very bright as compared to the original one, which I think looks a lot better. But this is kind of a little bit misleading. Yes, it's about you know, a witch and everything, but like, it's not like the typical witch movie that you see. But I do like the black and white better. I think black and white just pops more. And here you have the Blu-ray with the newer artwork on it, and there's DVD with the new artwork on it as well, with this nice purple background. And here's the Crazies newer artwork. I don't think they strayed too much from the original. It's mainly focused on the gas mask, and then you can see this one, she's not looking, and this one, you know, she could see she's looking at him, which is kind of strange, but I get it, you know. And then the original one is this, which is a little more hectic. I think either one works. I like both of them. This one, I don't know, it's just bright. It's too bright for me. I don't know. I guess maybe it's supposed to be because his suit is white, but I don't know. But either one works. And here you have the Blu-ray with the newer artwork on it, which I think looks really good. I know I said like too much white, but I don't know, for some reason this being off-center, or, you know, not here on the right side, I think it works like that. I like the, you know, the marks coming down like that. It looks pretty good. And then, of course, you have the DVD here with this, like, dark background, which is kind of nice because this is black and this is more like a gray, dark gray. I kind of like that. I do kind of wish, though, that they would have had the Blu-ray with the newer artwork and the DVD with the older one, or vice versa. But, you know, they did what they did, and it doesn't look too bad. And then you have this really, really nice booklet, George A. Romero, Between Night and Dawn. Very cool. I love that they did that, and I love the glasses. I think it looks awesome. And then inside, you know, the usual stuff. Forward, there he is. You know, there's always vanilla stuff, story about that. You know, Season of the Witch, interviews, all that kind of stuff. Pictures, cast and crew. Here's the Crazies. You know, talking about things behind the scenes and that. A lot of familiar faces in the Crazies that were also in Dawn of the Dead, which is cool. And then, you know, production credits, special thanks, and there's the back. So that's the box set, Between Night and Dawn. Hopefully they make another box set that is, you know, maybe has Dawn of the Dead in it, or something like that, or maybe all of his, you know, zombie movies all into one box set, which would be awesome, released by Arrow. That would be a beautiful box set, so that'd be nice. I don't know about copyright or, you know, who owns what, but if that could happen, that would be great. And next up I have from Infectious Productions, directed by Johnny Buell, is The Unquenchable Thirst for Boner Juice. That's right, that is the title. And yeah, the movie is as ridiculous as the title is, and it just gets, more ridiculous from there. But this is about a guy named Ron, who his wife left him. He is a very sensitive butthole. He has to have, top of the line toilet paper, and he puts this mushroom up his ass, and basically this thing that was in the mushroom tells him he's the chosen one, and he has to save the universe. And his mother, it's 20 years since his mother was committed to a hospital, and she goes into a coma all of a sudden, and the doctor says, by her wishes, if she's not, if she doesn't come back, wakes up, I guess I should say, in a week, that he's going to pull the plug. And so he meets these 3 space nuns who apparently, like 18 years ago, were really, really hot, and they tell him about how he's the chosen one and all this stuff, and it goes from there. It's actually a musical, and let me just say, it's not for everybody. This is not going to be for everybody, and they really know this. Even the quotes on the back from other companies didn't really recommend this movie, and I'm not going to say I don't recommend it, but it's, like I said, it's definitely not for everybody. There's a lot of dick and fart jokes, and poop, shit jokes, stuff like that. Some of them are really, kind of funny, and some of them are just kind of like, I think they're reaching. I think they're trying to be too funny, which I guess kind of ruins it for me, But it is really nice looking. It is a nice shot movie. There's a lot of different kind of things in here. There's claymation. There's there's just like a lot of different ways they film this, and like the fisheye. There's a shot where he's like tripping, and they really did a good job in shooting this movie and editing it and everything. But the humor, it's not my kind of humor, believe it or not. I think maybe if it was just toned down a little bit with the humor, like the poop jokes and everything. I don't know, I'm saying poop. With the shit jokes, I think it would have been better. I don't know. Less is more, I guess you could say. But the title alone is going to get your attention. The Unquenchable Thirst for Boner Juice. Which, by the way, Boner Juice is a doctor who, I didn't mention this, is a doctor who is basically the bad guy. And it's pretty crazy. Some of the songs are catchy. They get in your head. And, but I didn't really like the movie. I didn't hate it. Probably wouldn't watch it again, to be honest. But I'm glad I got to see it, and I'd like to see something else from this company. I hope they put out something else. I'd like to see a horror movie or an actual just comedy, not too dirty. And I know it's kind of like lame of me, and maybe I'm an old head, but there's funny, and then there's really just trying to be funny, and that's what, like I said, I think they're just trying too hard to be funny in this, and I'm not recommending this. I'm not saying you have to, but I would think if you were under the influence of things, I think this movie would be terrific for you. I was sober when I watched this, and so maybe that's why I didn't really enjoy it that much. I'm just saying. That's all I'm saying. But I will say this. They did have captions on here, which I watched. It was great. It was perfect. I always watch with captions. I got into such a habit of doing it. And, it's just cool that, like, usually, like, lower budget movies like that, you don't see captions. They don't put captions on. Like a lot of, like, companies that I'm not going to mention their names, because it costs too much to get it done. But I like it. I think that's a necessary thing to have, if you can do it. And here's the artwork for The Unquenchable Thirst for Boner Juice. Not your average Dick and Balls musical. It's a pretty cool looking drawing. I think throughout the movie the same person that drew this drew other paintings, because this is like one of the better ones, but there's other artwork throughout the movie. And on the back here you just get, like, the story and all that, the bonus features. Not too many bonus features on here. And then I gotta cover this up. Here you got the Blu-ray, and there's no DVD, but they really did a nice job packaging this. I think it looks like a really legit copy, and I don't mean that insultingly. You know, it's just low budget. You don't expect this good quality, and it's definitely a quality product. That's the Unquenchable Thirst for Boner Juice. Next up here from Arrow Academy, I have Zoology, and it's directed by Ivan Tverdovskiy. I guess I'm saying that right. You know, this is a pretty crazy movie. Didn't know what to expect when I put this in, but it's about this woman named Natasha, and they're in Russia and everything. And she works for the zoo, and like she works with all these women, and all they do is make fun of her like all day. She's middle-aged, doesn't have a boyfriend or anything. She looks, or husband, she looks very run down, and she lives with her mother, who's like this God-fearing woman, and her mother's kind of like funny in a way because she's like old ways, but she's not like strict. Like she's strict, but she's not. I don't know. You have to see it. But she ends up, one day Natasha ends up going to the doctor, and because she had a pain, she rubbed some cream on somewhere, and then like this bump showed up the next day. And then when they show it, it's not a bump. It's a tail. There's a tail that grew out of her, and it's a long tail too. Kind of like, almost like a rat tail in a way. And so she goes to this radiologist named Peter, and you know, they end up kind of liking each other and everything, and she like changes her whole image, but yet she has this tail, and they keep trying to get this x-ray of it, and they keep saying, did you move in it? We have to go get another one. And she's fed up with this because she wants it gone. And it's crazy. It's a crazy movie. It's calmed down. It's a good movie. It's a love story. It's kind of sci-fi-ish, and it's just, I liked it. I liked it a lot. I thought it was very strange. I didn't know what to expect. I don't think I watched the trailer for this before I watched it. I don't believe I did. It's because when the tail got shown, I was like, what? What the fuck is that? But it was a good movie. I really did like it. It says it's described as Kafka meets Cronenberg. I guess if it's Cronenberg, it's way calmed down for a Cronenberg movie. But you know, it was kind of cool. Like I kind of liked it. It's something different. You know, the only thing, it kind of reminded me, and nothing like the movie, but the movie Thale, because they had a tail. That's just what kind of reminded me of it. But that's just because of the tail. That's it. And the story isn't anything like it. But I thought everybody did a great job acting this. Of course, you do have to read the subtitles because they speak in Russian. But surprisingly good movie. Definitely would recommend this one. I had a good time with it, and you know, there's no horror elements or anything in it. It's just a good story. And the ending, though, I would say it kind of like was like a kind of, and it kind of drops off. But maybe it would be cool if they make another one, because like I said, the ending, it just kind of like it cuts, and it's like, well, what the fuck happened? Like, it kind of leaves you a question. So it makes me kind of think maybe they will make another one. I don't know, but maybe not. And I can't say any more because I don't want to ruin it for you. But on here, the special edition contents are optional English subtitles, which you have to, unless you can understand Russian, you have to watch it. The Tale of Zoology, a new interview with film historian Peter Hames, an appointment with the doctor, interview with actor Dmitry Goshev, the trailer, reversible sleeve featuring original and newly commissioned artwork by Studio Megaya. And here you have the newer artwork here. It's not too bad. I mean, you can see the little tail over in the corner. It's not too bad. But I really, really like this artwork. I think this looks really good. I love the font. I love the drawing to it. She has the tail there. It just, I don't know, I just like this artwork so much better than the other artwork that's on the front. So I have it switched to this. And, you know, it's just, you know, hats off to the artist. This looks awesome. And in here you have the booklet, and here is the Blu-ray. There is no DVD, just the Blu-ray. And inside the booklet, you have the usual stuff, the contents, cast and crew, you know, about the movie. There's the part I was talking about. It's very, very mind-blowing. And, you know, just stuff about the movie. Transfer the credits. There's what she looks like before. And then she transforms. Well, not really transforms, but she gets a makeover. And she looks like that. Totally different looking person. And, you know, it's just a nice booklet. And there's the back. Alright, next up I have here from Arrow Video USA. We have Animal Factory. This is directed by Steve Buscemi. And when I saw it was directed by Steve Buscemi, I was like, wow, I gotta watch this movie. And it has a great cast in it too. You got Eddie Furlong, young Eddie Furlong, because this was in 2000, year 2000. You got William Dafoe, Mickey Rourke, Tom Arnold. We got Danny Trejo. A bunch of people in this. And this is actually based off of a true story written by an ex-con turned actor, and that is Eddie Bunker, who you've seen probably in like Reservoir Dogs and stuff like that. But this is about, basically he wrote this story, and it's about Eddie Furlong's character, Ron Decker, and he's a grown up in a you know, respected house. You know, they have money and everything, and I don't know, he just one day he decides he wants to sell marijuana. You know, he sold marijuana and he got caught, and instead of, like, you know, give him a slap on the wrist and that, the judge wants to make a an example out of him, so he gets sent to prison. And the father is John Hurt, John Hurt, and he's in this. And John Hurt, I knew that was wrong. He was in this, and he just plays his father, and he's going to try to get him out of it. And you know, while he's in there, he needs protection. Eddie Furlong's character, Ron, needs protection. So he meets William Dafoe's character. Well, actually, he was introduced to him by this other guy that, you know, kind of befriended him. And William Dafoe is like kind of the guy who's been in there forever. He knows the system. Everybody knows him. He's a likable guy. He really is a likable guy. And he befriends him, and he starts helping him with his case, also at the same time protecting him and against the dangers in the jail. And like I said, Mickey Rourke is in this, and he plays this like transvestite prisoner, and very funny character, very likable. They both get along because Eddie Furlong's character, Ron, they were roommates, and they just have like a nice back and forth with each other. You could tell he wasn't there that long, but you could tell they probably made friends with each other like right away. And like later on, he ends up going to live with Willem Dafoe and his group of characters, which are all kind of nice. I mean, I wouldn't say they're nice. They're in prison, but they're likable characters, you know. And I've never been to prison, and yes, I'm going to brag about that. I've never been to prison, but based on prison movies, this prison seemed very calmed down. There were stabbings, you know. There were some riots. There was a little bit of rape here and there, but I don't know. It just, I think I'd still be scared if I was there, but it just seemed it seemed very toned down. And I don't know, maybe that was toned down because of Willem Dafoe being like the head guy and protecting him. But eventually Eddie Furlong starts getting a little cocky, you know, and people like don't want to take his crap anymore. But you know, this was a good movie. I think if you watched it maybe 2 or 3 more times, I'd like it more. It runs about 94 minutes long, you know, a little over an hour and a half. It kind of went by quick, but not in a bad way. Not like, you know, you lose anything. But there is a lot of good character development in this. You know, you'd really do like William Dafoe. I mean, I did. I think he's a great character. He did a great part. Tom Arnold did a great job in this. He's very not Tom Arnoldish. You know, Tom Arnold was always the funny guy. You know, kind of, you know, just a funny guy. He's always joking and telling jokes and that. But he was a creep in this. He's like a rapist creep, and it was just a totally different side to him that like I've never seen before. And he did a fantastic job. William Dafoe, great job. The ending to this movie, I kind of wanted more. I don't know. It kind of like was like another one of those like, well, now what? Now what happens? But I get it. You know, thinking about it, I can't, this is very vague, but I get it. I get why it was like that, and but I just wanted to see more. That's very, very horrible description, I know. And here's the new artwork for Animal Factory, which, you know, isn't too bad. It's not bad. Compared to this one, this is just boring and plain, and I'm not really a fan of this one. I'm not a huge fan of this one either, but I think this one's a lot better than this. This is just, you know, it's just a boring picture. I don't know. I just don't really care for this one, but I think I would definitely have to go with the newer artwork. And here you have the inside. Here's the Blu-ray, here's the booklet, and I gotta say it's kind of different for Arrow to have this in a blue case. Usually they're clear. Same thing with Zoology, it's in a blue case, regular Blu-ray case, but it's still the thicker Blu-ray case, which is fine. It's just, I just realized that it wasn't a blue case, and usually they're not, but I don't know. I mean, it doesn't matter, it works either way, but that's what the inside looks like. And then a quick look at the booklet. You know what I always say, cast and crew, contents, pictures, all that kind of stuff. They kind of stick to a format when it comes to Arrow. You know, there's Mickey Rourke. I didn't even recognize him until I heard him talking. I was like, wow, I didn't know that was him. Great performance. Everybody did a fantastic job in this movie, if you ask me. Special thanks there about the transfer and all that. And then the back. And next up I have here from Vinegar Syndrome. This is Psychos in Love, directed by Gorman Bechard, if I'm saying that right. And you know, this is a movie. I bought it on a blind buy in a way. It was part of like the Vinegar Syndrome like Blu-ray package deal during the month of I believe October and or November was one of them. And watched it, and I thought it was really, really good. I enjoyed this movie a lot. But with that being said, this movie is about Joe, played by Carmine Capobianco, which is a fantastic guy, really nice guy. He runs a strip club, and he is also a murderer. He's a serial killer, and he runs across this girl named Kate, who's a manicurist, who also is a serial killer. And then they end up falling in love, and psychos in love, and the story goes from there. They start to like lose interest in the murdering and stuff, and they meet this other guy named Herman, who ends up being a serial killer as well, and he's a cannibal. And I can't really describe it like this movie a lot. It's just basically two psychos in love, and they go down this like really weird rabbit hole of the bonding that they have with like murdering people, and it's funny. It's a very funny movie, and they mention it a bunch of times, and it's funny every time. Their mutual hatred for grapes. They hate all kind of grapes. Green grapes, red grapes, seedless grapes, grapes without seeds. They fucking hate grapes. I mean, there's a whole thing that they say to that, which is funny, because while you're watching this, they say it the first time, it's funny. They say it another time, it's funny. They say it a couple times, and then by maybe the third time, you're the one saying it with them, and it's pretty funny. The movie looks really, really nice. It's a 2K restoration from its 16mm original camera negative. Just a very funny movie. There's a lot of blood in it. There's gore, but I don't know. I guess it's tastefully done in a way. I don't know. It's not like over the top, but it was a fun movie, and they poke fun at themselves as if they know they're in a movie at times, which usually I don't like. I don't like that, but the movie's so ridiculous, it's kind of expected, I guess. But I had a fun time with this. You got special features on here. You got commentary tracks. You got directing the psychos, playing a psycho, discussing psychos, making a featurette, a Q&A from Cinema Wasteland 2016, the original trailer, behind the scenes photo gallery, promotional image gallery, rough edit outtakes and extended scenes, alternate openings, and there's like a ton more stuff on here. And it was a good movie. In 1986, by the way, I didn't say that. It is 86 minutes long. And for some reason, it seemed that it went on a while. It seemed like it was longer than 86 minutes. But I enjoyed every minute of it. I had a fun time watching this. First time watch. Definitely think there's a lot of rewatchability. And then here, for Psychos in Love, you have this slipcover that's an like I said, these are like my favorite slipcovers out of any company that puts anything out. And they're just like top quality of a slipcover. They're harder, almost like the box that Arrow puts out, but not as thick cardboard, I guess. But it's just fantastic job. Like, I feel very secure with this. It doesn't feel like, you know, it's gonna just tear or anything. But very nice, and I applaud them for that. Then here is the sleeve. There's the newer artwork there, and then this is the original artwork, which I think this definitely fits the movie a little more. It's comical, it's bloody, and you know, you don't know what to expect. It looks like a good time. I don't know. It definitely looks like a movie I would want to watch. I don't know, something about love and psychos and like the pink, it just matches. I don't know, it just matches, you know, very well. And then a look at the inside. Here is the Blu-ray, and there is a booklet, and there is hidden behind here a DVD with the original artwork on it, which again, with releases like this, I love that they do that with new artwork and old artwork on the disc. If there's going to be 2 discs, it just looks so much better to me. And then here you have the booklet, and it's In Love with Psychos in Love, you know, telling you about the movie. And there's different promotional pictures in here, just, you know, from people that, like, from Horror Boobs and all that kind of stuff, credits and acknowledgments, you know, all that kind of stuff. There's not much, I mean, it doesn't look like there's as much in it as Arrow usually puts in it, but, you know, it's just awesome that they put out a booklet. I think it's awesome when anybody puts out a booklet, and I think this image looks really good on the back. So yeah, like I said, Psychos in Love was a fun time. You'll definitely like this movie if you have a sense of humor and you like horror. So yeah, definitely, if you get a chance, pick this up. It's a fun time. Psychos in Love. And last I have here from Severn Films, directed by Bruno Mattei. This is The Other Hell. And just watched this last night for the first time, and I seen the trailer, so I was interested in it, and I had to get it. And you know, it came out in 1980, and this is like it says here, at the peak of his 80s excess, Italian sleaze maestro Bruno Mattei uses the alias Stefan Oblowski, stunning audiences with his nunsploitation shocker. It's about a series of brutal murders that is in this convent, this kind of like rundown convent, and there's talk of the devil is getting inside of these nuns and all this kind of stuff. It's really kind of hard to explain without giving away the ending. There's a lot of satanic stuff in here. There's a lot of body mutilations. There's a lot of blood and guts. Like the first scene alone, it's just crazy. Like, I don't want to give it away because I think you have to see the film. I think you have to see that scene. But it's kind of it's cleaned up, but it still is gritty enough that I think you'll appreciate the original. But again, being that this is so cleaned up, there's like a part where she's like getting a stigmata, and you could definitely see the makeup. But I think, obviously, watching on VHS back in the day, it would look a lot, you know, more convincing. And you know, but I did enjoy this movie. It kind of left you out a little bit of an uneasy feeling, especially this scene with a baby, where they say the baby is from Satan, and you know, the nun throws the baby in like this boiling water, and like, oh man, did that go through me? I was like, I wanted nothing but bad things to happen to this nun after that. I went to Catholic school. I'm not saying all nuns are the same, but I had some fucking doozies in that school, and a lot of them are trash. But anyway, yeah, it's definitely an interesting movie. I can't really, I don't know what to say about it, to be honest. It's I can't say it's fun. But it definitely will keep your attention. You have to read the well, you don't have to read the subtitles, but the mouth overs look horrible. But you know, on here you have audio commentary and everything. Sister Franca, interview with actress Franca Stoppi. I'm horrible at names, if that's not how you say it. To Hell and Back, an archive interview with co-director Bruno and actor Carlo DeMejo, and then a trailer. So there's not too many special features on here, but you know, I think this is a pretty decent release. It's 88 minutes, goes by pretty fast. It's weird to say that I really like this movie, because I did like this movie. But it does leave a bad taste in your mouth. And this priest comes in to investigate these murders, and it's just, this is a horrible description of this movie. I'd say see it. I'll just get to the point. You should see this movie. It's something else. It's just, I don't know, religion movies and stuff like that. It's crazy. And there's songs in here too. It kind of reminded me of Dawn of the Dead. They said they borrowed some music from Goblin, but I don't know. I like the movie. Get to the fucking point, right? I like the movie. You should see it. And you know, that's all I'm going to say about that. And here's the sleeve for The Other Hell, the newer artwork there. I think it looks pretty good. I do like it, but I really like the original better. That's a lot. When it comes to me, I seem to like the original artwork a lot better, but there are some newer artwork that just blows the original away. But again, skulls on people like this, like it's terrifying to me. I just think that would be like, wow, I want to watch that movie. What the hell is that? And but it's still a very nice, and I like the yellow. I like the yellow, and I like that font. And I like this as well, though. But I definitely like the original better. But this is a very close second. In the inside, you have the Blu-ray here. There's no DVD, but you know, it's a plain, kind of a plain edition. But they do have some nice special features. You know, at least there's something on there. And you know, they did a good job, I think, with this release. So yeah, that's The Other Hell. Check it out. That's it, everybody. Thanks for watching. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, and follow me on any one of the social media links below in the description box. Also, I'll have, you know, links to where you can get these movies if you're interested in purchasing them. So that's it, everybody. Thanks for watching. And if there's anything you want me to review in the future, let me know, and I'll see what I can do. Talk to you later. Bye.